Good evening. This is Nathaniel Shimkovitz, and yes, that is actually how you say it properly. I've been saying that wrong my entire life, and now I finally figured out how to say my surname properly. Well, as you'll notice, that's not the only thing that's changed. I no longer report to you live from Brockport or Babel, New York. I now report to you live from South Hero, Vermont. It's not exactly news, though. That's about year-old news. I've apologized. I haven't really addressed to you directly in over 2 years. And I know the first thing you're probably going to be asking me is, where the hell have you been? Well, I didn't exactly disappear. I did post an occasional holiday update on the page, but I admit I got kind of lazy with that just because I have been busy with life, just getting life started off the line between my various job pursuits, and actually starting to get a new career started. But you didn't come here to hear me rave about any of that. You came here to hear me talk about what I'm writing at this point. Well, I know I talked about a lot in my December 2014 vlog, and I'm not going to go through that point by point because it's kind of ancient history at this point. Long story short, I did get that short story Binary Soul published in Red City Reviews 2015 edition. If you get a chance if it is possible for you to go view it, check it out. There's some pretty cool short stories in it. Go do it. Other things I was talking about, other books, metafiction thriller, no updates. I still think about it occasionally, but I don't have a title, don't have any other significant story developments for that. Xeno-archaeology thriller, I don't even know if I'm going to write that book anymore. If I do, it's just going to be basically a screw-off novel, just something I write for fun. Time travel novel. This is something I do think about on a regular basis. I now have a title for it. It's called Continuity. I've talked about a number of people for it. It's basically going to be about a field grade officer, probably Air Force, who travels back in time, and she basically tries to make herself perfect and just keeps changing things, trying to avert accidents, things like that. Just keep trying to make herself perfect, and ends up inevitably just keep messing everything up and just essentially goes insane in the pursuit of perfection. Interpret of that what you will, but that is basically what I'm going to write at this point. Sorry for the spoilers if that's too early, but that is basically what I'm going to write. Now, I know that was a very rushed synopsis of the things I've been working on. I've also been doing a number of other short stories, to which I found this. I know many of you born after the early 90s will be looking at this completely confused and not understand what this thing is. It's not a Walkman. It's a tape recorder. And I basically found this while my parents were moving out of Long Island. Thank God they did that. And basically, ever since I got it, I've done nothing but record short story ideas. I've taken up maybe about a quarter of this tape. There are two sides of it. I've recorded half of one side, and I think after I'm done, I'm going to flip it over, record over the other side, just to continue to fuel my creative envy. When that tape is done, don't think my creative envy will be filled. I've got two more two-sided tapes to record story ideas for, so I'm not going to run out anytime soon. I'm going to keep recording ideas until either these tapes disintegrate or that device becomes inoperable, or both. And if not, I'll just keep making videos like this. But enough of the distractions. Now to what you really came to hear me talk about. The Sins of Peace series. A long time ago, in a house far, far away, before Star Wars got off the ground again, before a bunch of crazy things happened, I don't need to recap world news, you all lived it. I don't need to recap the time past, you all lived it. So, basically, I said that I was working on the sequel to The Sins of Peace. Lies and Pieces. It's done. Where is it? I haven't published it yet. Shut up. I'm not publishing it just yet. It is pretty much done. I've gone through some edits on my own behalf with someone else. I've gone through some edits, and I came to the conclusion that This is a fairly strong story I've got going here. It's just a shame that no one knows what the hell I'm talking about before. Because if I relaunch this book and have a much stronger launch, people are going to be wondering what the first entry is. And it comes back to the other point I made in my December, I don't know what that was, in my December 2014 vlog. I talked about rewriting The Sins of Peace. Well, I have. And the fact is, it's no longer called The Sins of Peace. It is now called The Shroud of Peace. Now, I know this is going to confuse a few people, because one, I don't know how to change the name on the actual page, so shame on me. But also, two, I'm not changing the name of the series at all, because the books are now going to work like this. The Shroud of Peace, Lies in Pieces, The Sins of Peace. And after years, after almost a decade of working on this story, from when I was some dumb 13-year-old to the now full-grown 23-year-old man that I am now, a lot has changed, but I still have this story. I understand what exactly it is I'm doing with these characters, what it is I'm doing with this world. I feel I'm in sync with it. I feel I understand what's going on around me. I know how to make this book better. I know how to make this story better. So as a result, I rewrote the Sins of Peace and made it the Shroud of Peace. I haven't gone full George Lucas. I didn't just make it the same plot again, but with more flashy stuff to distract you because I think it looks cool. No, I've actually strengthened the characters in the book. I've strengthened the world. And I made the writing a little bit better. Because I admit, The Sins of Peace didn't have the strongest writing in the world. So, I made those three things a lot stronger, and as a result, I feel it's bettered the story, and I feel I have a much stronger launching point to launch these other two books I talk about. That's the only reason I did it. I feel I could tell the story better. If you liked The Sins of Peace in its current state, great for you. If you hated it, great for you. I've gotten nothing but feedback, nothing but support to figure out how to do my job better as a result of that. However, I do have some bad news. The Sins of Peace, as it exists on the internet, now, its days are very numbered. I plan to, by mid-February, probably by like February 12th, 2017, The Sins of Peace in its current form will be completely unavailable. The only version of that story you'll be able to acquire is the Shroud of Peace after that date, and I'm not 100% by certainty of what the publishing date is going to be. I know it's going to be this year, and I will be damned if I don't get it out by the end of 2017. So, unfortunately, The Sins of Peace you will no longer be able to acquire, but hell, if you manage to get a physical copy before the end of next week, maybe it will be a collector's item one day. Maybe it will be very valuable. And maybe I might even consider, because I still have the file on my computer, maybe at some point I will consider republishing that manuscript in its format as kind of a lessons learned sort of deal. As sort of like maybe a how far I've come as a writer. I don't know. Maybe I'll republish it at some point, but I'm not making any promises on that. So, I've revamped The Sins of Peace. 2017 is going to be a very exciting year for how this all unfolds. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're all there with me. Here's to a great new 2017, and hopefully the turnover a new leaf for everyone. Keep dreaming. Keep pursuing them.